In this digital world, every electronic device is not only a way to communicate, but also a safe place to keep secrets. From smartphones to tablets, every device is like a digital safe, holding private conversations, pictures that have never been shared with the public, and personal social media profiles. Every day, the decisions we make about whether to share or keep these pieces of information private show not only our personal views, but also our inner values. What if I told you that every secret has an unexpected power? That privacy, if carefully protected, can be the key to improving the quality of life, making people more resilient, and helping them become more independent? The answer lies in Stoic philosophy. In this article, we'll look at 10 Stoic principles that can change your life. These aren't just simple lessons. They're deep discoveries that help you better understand the power of privacy and how it can help change your life in today's digital world. Are you ready to learn these things with us? Come with us as we look into the big effects of protecting personal information. By valuing privacy, we protect ourselves from harm and keep our honor. Let's learn from the Stoic principles and build resilience and self-reliance. With each lesson, we'll strengthen our inner fortress and create a sacred sanctuary of peace and quiet in the midst of life's chaos. Are you ready to accept these teachings and unlock the transformative potential of privacy? Let's make a path to empowerment together, protecting our personal space as a sacred sanctuary of strength and peace. Number 1. Don't boast about self-improvement. Epictetus once said that people are troubled not by events, but by their own judgments about those events. This is what periodic examination of relationships is all about. It's a delicate art that requires honesty and courage to look into what's going on in each person's soul. By reviewing and reassessing our relationships on a regular basis, we not only find strengths to build on, but also weaknesses that need to be fixed. Focus on deeds instead of just words to make things better in a relationship. Deeds show that you are committed and show that you have improved yourself. Are you and your partner really getting better, or are you just talking about it? Epictetus told us to focus on what we can control. In a relationship, each person needs to know that they are responsible for their own growth. What does this mean for you? What have you been doing to become the best version of yourself in this relationship? Perseverance and hard work without bragging are what humility is all about. Stoicism teaches us that real success doesn't need other people's approval to be real. In the end, we inspire those around us not with empty words, but through real actions. When you live and act according to your values, you not only improve yourself, but also strengthen your relationship. By regularly examining and reassessing our relationships from the Stoic point of view, we not only realize the value of self-improvement, but also make stronger bonds with those around us. Remember that relationships aren't a place for an even exchange. They're a place for mutual growth and development. Number 2, don't be a big mouth. In a world where talking to people is very important, how we say things can have a big effect on our relationships and image. A person with a big mouth, or someone who talks too much or shares private information, can face many bad outcomes. It can hurt relationships, destroy trust, and even get in the way of job prospects. For personal and professional growth, it's important to know how to communicate carefully and privately. This lesson will go over the reasons why it's important not to talk too much and give you some tips on how to share information in a more thoughtful and polite way. Treat privacy with care. Respecting privacy and keeping secrets is an important part of trust in any relationship. When someone tells you something private, they expect it to be kept secret. People can lose respect for you and your relationships if you break this trust. Before you speak, think. Taking a moment to think about what you're saying can help you avoid arguments and mistakes that aren't necessary. Think about whether what you're going to say is true, helpful, and important. Being aware of what you say can help you escape saying something you will regret later. Stay away from gossip. Gossiping hurts both the person being talked about and the person doing the gossiping. It makes the surroundings unhealthy and can start a cycle of bad feelings. Instead, talk about things that are good and helpful. Learn how to listen actively. Try to listen more than you speak in talks instead of taking over. Active listening shows that you value and are interested in other people's points of view, and it can make your interactions better. In addition, it helps you learn more before you add your thoughts. Take care of your feelings. If you're feeling upset, you might say or do things you don't mean when you shouldn't. Learn to control your feelings by doing things like taking deep breaths, stopping, and thinking about what you want to say before you speak. This control helps you keep your cool and trustworthiness. By doing these things, you can make your relationships better and more trusting, and create a good space for communication. Remember that silence can say more than words sometimes, and being careful about what you say shows that you are wise and respectful. It is very important to listen, especially in a world where everyone wants to say what they think. When we choose to listen instead of talking all the time, we improve our ability to understand and relate to others. It is not only an art, but also a sign of respect for the speaker. By listening, we show the other person that we care about what they have to say, which improves communication and makes the connection stronger. Genuinely listening helps you learn not only from what people say, but also from how they say it and what they don't say. This helps you understand the world around you better and become better at noticing things. One real-life example of how powerful listening can be, Marcus Aurelius, ruler of the Roman Empire and known as both a leader and a Stoic philosopher, is a good example of this. When he thought about national issues, he often took the time to listen to his advisors and the people in his empire. Marcus Aurelius didn't jump to judgment or give orders. Instead, he carefully listened to the worries and pleas of the people around him. For example, when there was a food crisis, he set up meetings where people could talk about their problems directly. Marcus Aurelius knew how bad things were and didn't agree with the practical solutions that the people were suggesting. He made decisions based not only on theory or speculation, but also on a deep understanding of the people's real-life situations, which helped build trust and respect between the emperor and the people. Marcus Aurelius showed that leaders can make smarter, more effective, and more humane choices by listening to their followers. Think about how much time you've spent listening to others without planning what you're going to say next. Post your answer in the comments below. By listening, you can learn what the world can teach you and what you can teach the world through your deep understanding and reflection. We are the ones who decide our fate, make up our personalities, and watch over our deepest thoughts. Self-criticism doesn't help virtue or truth. Instead, we should learn to use silence as a cover to protect our self-esteem and grow the strong seeds that are already inside us. Number 3. Don't speak ill of yourself. Imagine that you are an architect building the magnificent structure of your life. Every time you say something bad about yourself, you take away important bricks from the foundation of that structure. Stoic concept at its core: don't say bad things about yourself. Stoic thought is based on the idea that you should improve yourself every day. Seneca, a philosopher, once said that we suffer more in our minds than in real life. This idea means that negative thoughts about oneself not only hurt self-confidence, but also get in the way of personal growth. When we talk badly about ourselves, we're not only betraying our abilities and potential, but also making a toxic mental environment for ourselves. One important part of following this philosophy is paying attention to our internal dialogue. Instead of making fun of or harshly criticizing ourselves when we fail or face challenges, we should remind ourselves of our abilities and potential. Tell yourself, "I did my best, and I will learn from this." Adopting a growth-oriented and positive attitude not only boosts our self-esteem, but also makes us stronger when things go wrong, which is in line with Stoic principles. Words have a lot of power, so let's use them to build instead of destroy. This will not only make us better, but it will also have a good effect on those around us. Number 4. Avoid complaining. Stoic philosophy says that we should not complain. Complaining, even if it seems harmless, hurts our mental health and the mental health of those around us. When we focus on the bad, we create a downward spiral of negativity that is hard to escape. Complaining hurts not only our mental health, but also our relationships, because it can make them toxic and make it hard to make real connections. On the contrary, keeping a positive mood builds a strong base for personal growth and resilience. An upbeat attitude helps us deal with problems in a healthy way, turning problems into chances to learn and grow. Stoic thinker Epictetus said that what counts is not what happens to you, but how you deal with it. This quote shows how powerful our attitude is and how it changes our world by helping us see the good in things. We will get a lot out of not whining if we give ourselves the strength to deal with problems with grace and strength. One clear benefit is better mental health. When we don't think about what's wrong, we naturally think more about what's right, which makes us happier and more satisfied. Besides that, not complaining makes relationships better. People are drawn to people who are happy and can deal with problems with a smile. Would you rather spend time with someone who makes you feel better or someone who makes you feel worse? It can be hard to stop complaining, but it can be done with practice. One useful tip is to practice daily gratitude. By focusing on the good things in our lives, we shift our attention from what we don't have to what we do have. Another tip is to limit the amount of time you can whine, giving yourself a short time to vent your anger before moving on. How often do you complain about small things? What could you focus on instead that would make you happy or calm? By choosing not to complain, we follow the Stoic way of life and make our lives more positive, resilient, and important in our search for peace and wisdom. Stoic philosophy tells us to control our wants and needs and live a simple life. But one of the hardest things to do is resist the urge to eat too much. Don't let these short-term wants control your life. Keep things in check if you want to find freedom from within, and pay attention to the things that give your life real value. When people are frustrated, uncomfortable, or unhappy, they naturally want to complain. Complaining too much, on the other hand, can hurt your mental health, relationships, and view on life in general. Stoicism says that not complaining is in line with the ideas of strength, thanks, and self-control. We can have a better and more effective attitude if we focus on the things we can change and accept the things we can't. Problems should not be your main focus. Instead of focusing on the bad things about a situation, use your energy to figure out how to make things better. This positive way of thinking not only makes you less likely to complain, but it also gives you the power to change your situation. If you're unhappy with your job, instead of complaining all the time, think about what you can do to make things better, like learning new skills or looking for new chances. Be thankful every day. Look at what's going right instead of what's going wrong. Thinking about the good things in your life on a regular basis can help you stop whining. Begin a journal of thanks and write down 3 things every day that you are thankful for. This exercise can help you see things in a new way and feel less negative. Give up the things you can't change. Being Stoic helps us figure out what we can manage and what we can't. Focusing on the latter often leads to complaining. Accepting things you can't change will help you find inner peace. As an example, if the weather is bad, accept that you can't change it and think about how you can make the most of the day anyway. Watch what you say. Pay attention to the words you use. Words shapes thought, and using less negative words can make you less likely to complain. For example, instead of saying, "I hate this traffic," say, "This traffic is tough, but it gives me time to listen to my favorite podcast." Put yourself around positive people. The people you spend time with can have a big effect on how you think. Spend time with people who are positive and look for answers, instead of people who are always complaining. Example, spend more time with friends who make you feel good and inspire you, and spend less time with friends who are always negative. You can develop a more resilient and positive attitude toward life's challenges by using these techniques every day. This is what Stoic says should be done. Number 5. Don't be a glutton. When we overdo things we enjoy, like eating, entertainment, or anything else we can easily lose, bad things happen that we didn't see coming. Clarity and self-control get in the way of personal progress, which is bad for our health and makes it hard to focus on more important life goals. But moderation shouldn't be taken too far. Too much restriction can make people stiff and devoid of joy, which can even lead to feelings of emptiness. So, it's best to seek pleasure and personal responsibility in moderation. Understanding and self-awareness are important for global ideals of moderation. We need to learn to set limits on ourselves so that we don't become dependent on habits or cravings while still being comfortable in our lives. Moderation keeps people from getting lost in the maze of desires. Some people who want to improve their health choose a more flexible approach to their diet instead of following a strict one with a lot of rules. They start by thinking about their favorite foods and finding healthier ways to make them, like using fresh, natural ingredients and less oil and sugar. At the same time, they learn how to control their portions so that each meal has just the right amount of calories for the body to work without too many. Over time, they not only feel lighter and healthy, but they also enjoy eating their favorite foods again. They don't feel pushed or forced to keep up their healthy eating habits because of this balance. Moderation is an important part of Stoicism and the key to a life of freedom and me. By practicing moderation and self-control, we can not only make our lives better but also build a strong foundation for personal growth. So every day, remind yourself of how important moderation is. It keeps us from going to unhealthy extremes and leads us to true freedom and a deeply meaningful life. People often think of gluttony as eating and drinking too much, but it's more than just physical pleasure. It can mean any kind of overindulgence that throws off your balance and makes you lose control of yourself. Moderation and self-discipline are important traits in Stoic thought that help people keep their lives in balance. To stay away from overeating, you need to learn to control your hunger, focus on what really feeds your mind and body, and look for happiness in moderation. Learn how to eat mindfully. Mindful eating means paying close attention to how you feel inside and outside of your body while you eat or drink. It means enjoying every bite, being aware of when you're hungry or full, and choosing food consciously. This habit keeps you from overindulging and helps you have a better relationship with food. Accept moderation. Moderation is one of the most important ideas in Stoic thought. It helps you find balance in everything, even food and drink. Moderation keeps you from falling into the traps of excess and makes sure that your actions are in line with your values and goals. Learn about nutrition. Knowing what foods are good for you helps you make decisions that are good for your health as a whole. Instead of eating foods that make you feel good in the short term but hurt you in the long term, focus on eating foods that give you energy and nutrients you need. Knowing about nutrition helps you make better choices and live a more healthy life. Build up your self-discipline. To fight the urges to eat too much, you need to be self-disciplined. You can avoid overindulging by building strong willpower and making clear limits. To do this, you need to plan your meals, set limits, and stay on track with your goals, even when things around you tempt you to give in. Find happiness other than food. A well-rounded life with meaningful relationships, purposeful tasks, and personal growth is what makes you truly happy. If you can find happiness and satisfaction in things other than food, you'll be less likely to use eating to feel better. Hobbies, physical exercise, and social interactions can make your life better and improve your overall health. Not only should you limit the amount of food you eat, but you should also try to develop a balanced, self-controlled, and aware way of life. You can live a more peaceful and satisfying life by practicing thoughtful eating, accepting moderation, learning about nutrition, developing self-discipline, and finding happiness in things other than food. By doing this, you respect the Stoic ideas of wisdom and self-mastery, which builds a foundation for long-term happiness. Number 6. Don't be too focused on the future. Imagine you're enjoying a wonderful dinner with friends and fully in the present moment when all of a sudden your phone vibrates with a work-related email. Your mood changes as you begin to worry about a meeting next week or a project deadline that's coming up quickly. The laughter and joy around you fade as your mind wanders to worries about the future. This situation clearly shows how focusing too much on the future takes away from the present. For example, a student may worry so much about upcoming exams that they can't enjoy time with friends or do hobbies that make them happy. In their efforts to predict and control what will happen in the future, they lose sleep and become tired, which hurts their mental and physical health. This not only hurts their academic performance, but also makes them less connected with those around them, which makes it harder for them to find happiness and comfort in life. Focusing too much on the future can also fill our lives with worries and unrealistic fears. Seneca. Another famous Stoic philosopher said that we suffer more in our thoughts than in real life. He said that when we think about uncertain things that might happen in the future, we cause unnecessary suffering in the present. Stoic philosophy tells us to plan for the future in a sensible way without getting too caught up in it. For example, someone saving for retirement is smart to think about the future. But if they focus so much on the future that they forget to enjoy the present, they miss out on life. The Stoic way would be to find a balance between saving and enjoying the present, knowing that tomorrow is never a guarantee. If you have any experiences or ideas about focusing too much on the future and how to enjoy the present more, please share them in the comments below. Number 7. Don't be ungrateful. Have you ever woken up and felt like something wasn't right? Have you ever noticed that you were stuck in a cycle of dissatisfaction? It's easy to forget how important the smallest things are, but if you're a Stoic, practicing gratitude is not only a spiritual exercise, it's also the best way to keep your inner peace. In Stoicism, gratitude isn't just about being happy with what you have. It's a conscious act of recognizing and appreciating the value of every moment and everything around us. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great philosophers and emperors of Rome, once said, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself." He pushes us to find joy within ourselves by developing a grateful spirit, no matter what the situation is. Being thankful not only makes us happier with our lives, but it also has huge mental health benefits. Studies have shown that people who regularly practice thanks are less likely to feel lonely and depressed and have better physical and mental health. Being in gratitude, on the other hand, can make a person inactive, where they always feel like they lack something and are never happy. It can also trap a person in a mental loop where every success or good thing that happens is overshadowed by endless goals and comparisons with others. Ask yourself, do you really respect what you already have? If not, it might be time to change your perspective and start seeing life through the lens of gratitude. If we do this every day, we can make our lives much better and inspire those around us. Comment. If you've learned this lesson for yourself, show thanks every day. We meet a lot of people and things. They make us happy and hurt us in ways that are hard to heal. Having a grudge against someone is like having a heavy, painful stone in your heart. I learned that forgiving others isn't a sign of weakness, but a way to free yourself. When I let go of my anger, I feel free and calm, ready to take on the tasks that lie ahead. Being thankful has a lot of power to change our lives and the relationships we have. Not only do we miss out on noticing the good things in our lives when we are not grateful, but we also push away the people who make our lives better. Being unhappy, angry, and not grateful makes things worse and stops you from growing as a person. Practicing thanks can improve our health, make our relationships stronger, and make our lives more satisfying. Be thankful for what you have. No matter how small they may seem, think about the good things in your life. Remember and think about the things you're grateful for on a regular basis. Being grateful for what you have makes you happier and less envious. Show appreciation for other people. Be thankful for the people who help and support you. Just saying thank you or writing a note of thanks can make a bond stronger. Thanking someone makes them more likely to keep acting in a good way. Don't let things slip your mind. Know that there are no guarantees in life. Know that the people and things you have now might not be there tomorrow. This helps you value and enjoy what you have by keeping it in mind. Grow an attitude of gratitude. Do something every day to show thanks, like writing in a gratitude journal. Change your attention from what you don't have to what you do have. Having a happy attitude can help you deal with problems and stress better. Learn what happens when you are not thankful. Know that being ungrateful can hurt your image and relationships. When someone isn't thankful, people are less likely to help or support them. Being thankful makes the world a better place, which draws more thankful people. Being grateful isn't just a feeling, it's a way of life that can have a huge effect on your health and relationships. By choosing to be grateful, you can avoid the bad things that happen when you're not thankful and live a happier, more fulfilling life. Remember to be thankful for what you have, tell others thank you, and develop an attitude of gratitude to live a happy, connected life. Number 8. Don't hold grudges. Imagine walking across a large field and stumbling upon a stone. Would you carry that stone with you for the rest of your journey, or would you carefully examine it and then put it back where it belongs? In Stoic philosophy, forgiveness is the act of leaving the stone of resentment behind. This not only frees you from its weight, but also lets you continue on your path with ease and peace. This practice not only calms your mind, but it also helps you develop an open spirit, ready to receive and positively interact with the world around you. It helps us understand that each step is not a battle with the outside world, but a deep inner journey where we choose and let go of what no longer serves us. In our lives, anger is like a big suitcase that we carry with us every day, even when our feet are tired. In his book Meditations, Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, wrote, "What is not harmful to the city does not harm the citizen either." This powerful message reminds us that holding grudges is not only pointless, but it also hurts us. Forgiving others is also a way to teach ourselves understanding and compassion, because everyone makes mistakes. These times help us think more deeply about who we are and what we stand for. Have you ever thought about how hanging on to grudges has changed your life? Think about and share the lessons you've learned from the times you let go instead of holding on tight. Keeping a grudge is like carrying a heavy load that makes you tired and makes it hard to think straight. It means holding on to anger or resentment towards someone for something you think they did wrong. This can cause long-lasting emotional pain. For mental health and healthy relationships, it's important to let go of grudges. You can break free from negative thoughts and open the door to peace and happiness by choosing to forgive and understand. Health of the mind and heart. Stress reduction. Holding a grudge makes you more stressed, which can cause anxiety and depression. Emotional freedom. Letting go of grudges frees you from bad feelings, which leads to inner peace and emotional stability. Better relationships, better communication. Forgiveness makes it easier to talk to each other in an open and honest way, which makes relationships stronger. Building trust. Letting go of old grudges is a good way to restore trust and respect between people. Changes in person. Self-reflection. Letting go of grudges requires thinking about yourself, which helps you figure out what makes you react the way you do. Empathy. Development. Forgiving others makes you more empathetic, which lets you see things from different points of view. Health benefits for the body. Lower blood pressure. Letting go of anger and grudges can lower blood pressure and make the heart healthier. Better sleep. Forgiving someone can help you sleep better because anger that hasn't been dealt with can make it hard to sleep. Positive thoughts. Focus on the present. Holding a grudge keeps you stuck in the past. Letting go of the grudge lets you live in the present. Increased happiness. A forgiving attitude fosters a positive outlook on life, leading to greater overall happiness and contentment. By embracing forgiveness and letting go of grudges, you pave the way for a more fulfilling and harmonious life. Choose to free yourself from the weight of past hurts and cultivate a mindset of understanding and compassion. Number 9. Avoid comparing yourself to others. Comparing oneself to others is a common but often detrimental habit. In a world inundated with social media and constant exposure to the lives of others, it's easy to fall into the trap of measuring our worth against external standards. However, this practice can lead to feelings of inadequacy, jealousy, and frustration, diverting our focus from personal growth and fulfillment. Embracing a mindset that values individual progress and self-improvement over comparison can foster a healthier, more contented outlook on life. Focus on your own journey. Personal goals. Define your own goals based on what you truly want, not what others have achieved. Progress tracking. Measure your progress against your past self, not others. Self-reflection. Regularly reflect on your personal growth and accomplishments. Acknowledge individual differences, unique paths. Recognize that everyone has a unique path shaped by different experiences and circumstances. Strengths and weaknesses. Accept that everyone has different strengths and weaknesses, including yourself. Respect diversity. Appreciate the diversity of talents and skills in others without feeling threatened. Practice gratitude daily. Gratitude. Make a habit of listing things you are grateful for each day. Focus on positives. Concentrate on the positive aspects of your life rather than what you lack. Contentment. Cultivate contentment with your current situation, appreciating what you have achieved so far. Limit social media consumption. Curate feed. Follow accounts that inspire and uplift you rather than those that trigger comparison. Set boundaries. Establish specific times for social media use to avoid constant exposure. Mindful consumption. Engage with content mindfully, reminding yourself that social media often portrays an idealized version of reality. Cultivate self-compassion. Be kind to yourself. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a friend. Positive affirmations. Use positive affirmations to reinforce your self-worth and capabilities. Acceptance. Accept your flaws and mistakes as part of being human, focusing on how you can learn and grow from them. By shifting your focus inward and embracing your unique journey, you can foster a more positive and fulfilling life. Remember that true happiness comes from within and is not dependent on how you compare to others. Number 10. Practice daily reflection. An important part of Stoic philosophy is the practice of daily reflection, which helps us understand ourselves and the world around us better. When we take the time to reflect, we open the door to understanding and self-awareness. We can ask ourselves questions about life and personal growth, like how to grow and become stronger. We can also recognize and evaluate our goals, values, and dreams. For example, daily reflection can help us better understand our personal goals and how the choices we make each day affect them. By doing this, we can see more clearly the opportunities and challenges that lie ahead, which helps us change our path with more confidence and awareness. By doing daily reflection, you may realize that if you spend too much time at work, you miss out on important times with family and friends. With this knowledge, you can change your schedule and priorities to better balance your work and personal life. The famous Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Say to yourself, first thing in the morning, today, I shall meet people who are meddling, ungrateful, aggressive, treacherous, malicious, unsocial. All this has afflicted them through their ignorance of true good and evil." This quote advises us to make use of each day to gain deeper insights into ourselves and the world around us. The practice of daily reflection helps us live more fully in the present and prepares us mentally for future challenges and opportunities. Imagine if everyone spent at least a small portion of their day reflecting on their lives. How different would the world be? Perhaps there would be fewer people living shallow, fixed lives and more living with mindfulness, appreciation, and clear goals. In the journey of pursuing self-discipline and the energy of Stoicism, we've explored and shared the things to keep private to become the best version of ourselves, from avoiding self-criticism to focusing on the present moment and appreciating everything. Each principle plays a crucial role in building a meaningful and happy life. But true action doesn't stop at understanding. Let's practice what we've learned and apply it in our daily lives. Remember that real change starts from within. Did you enjoy the content we shared with you in this video? Share your thoughts in the comments section below by leaving a yes or no. If you liked this video, please like, comment, and share it to help spread the Stoic philosophy to more people. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to make sure you don't miss future videos on this subject or the other interesting videos shown at the end of this video. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Do your best to be a real Stoic in your daily life.